Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you're all fine and safe. Students, I am your English teacher, and today I am here with your first and second lesson for the ninth week. And we are going to start off with new chapter, new unit from your Oxford Discover Student Book 4. Students, we are going to read Unit 8, Sketches in a Gallery. But before starting today's lesson, let me tell you that by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to read and understand a fiction text. When I'm talking about a fiction text, when I'm using the word fiction, I'm talking about a text which is not based on realities, which is actually a story, which is an imaginative story, which is based on an imagination. Okay. Secondly, you will be able to understand words about art. So in this unit, we are going to learn more words which will be related to art. Okay. Before doing anything else, let's have a small activity. Can you name the following pictures? You can see 4 pictures on the screen. Can you guess what are their names? Okay, now let's see how many of you are correct. The first picture is a sketch, second is a canvas, third one is a street painter, and the fourth is a sculptor. So, did you guess the pictures right? Very good. You remember these words because we learned them when we were reading unit 7? Excellent. All right. So now let's begin with unit 8 and let's start reading. Sketches in a gallery. Each day after school, when other boys play soccer, practice for the school play, or ride bikes, Theo goes to the art museum. Everyone he knows thinks this is strange, even his own family. Don't you want to play a sport or be in the play with all of your friends? I will sign you up for something, his mother offers. Theo does not like tell his mother that he has no friends at school. His friends are all here in the museum. They are all on every wall, in brilliant colors and oil paints and pastels. The paintings are Theo's friends. Today, Theo rushes to get to the museum after school because he will be meeting some new friends. An exhibition is opening. The mountain landscapes of Zayan Khan. Inside the brightly lit gallery, there are 10 new paintings, each in a wooden frame. Each painting features a different mountain. Some of the mountains are covered in snow, while others are green or rocky. Theo sits on a bench and looks at one painting for a very long time. He likes the contrast of the heavy black lines of the mountain and the pale blue sky. Theo takes out his notebook and his pencil and begins to make a sketch. So, students, in this part of the story, they are telling us about a boy named Theo, and they are telling us that every day when the school finishes, this boy, instead of playing soccer or any other sport or practicing for school plays or going for a bike rides, he goes to an art museum. And everyone thinks that this thing is very strange that he goes to art museum. Even his own mother wants him to play with other boys and do other activities like the children of his age. And she was offering, but Theo does not tell his mother that there are no friends at school. There are no. Um, Instead, he has his friends in the museum, in the art museum, and they were the paintings which were displayed there. The other day, what happened was that Theo rushes to the museum after school. He quickly went to the museum. Why? Because there was an exhibition of a famous painter's artwork, who was named Zayan Khan. Exhibition means when an artist display his creativity or his artwork in a place, so that everybody can come in there and see what he has drawn, what he has come out with. All right. So he went to see the paintings of Zayan Khan. The theme was the mountain landscapes. Basically, the new paintings were about the mountain landscapes. Okay, and when he went inside, he was astonished to see. He was very happy to see the 2 new paintings, and they were framed with wood. They had a wooden frame around them, and they all showed mountains. Some of the mountains were covered in snow, while others were rocky or green in color. So Theo sat down on a bench and he started sketching on his own. Took out his notebook and pencil and he started sketching. All right. Now let's read ahead. People come and go from the small gallery, but Theo sits for a long time, making sketch after sketch. After a while, there is only one person left in the gallery. He's sitting on a bench on the other side of the little room. Theo decides to ignore the man. I don't want to talk to him, Theo thinks. The man stands and walks toward the exit, but he stops then next to Theo. Theo's sketch is of a mountain from very far. The mountain is small and surrounded by space. Now, when Theo was sitting and he was sketching on his own, there was a man. Many people came in to the museum and they left, but Theo was not concerned about anybody else. He was only focusing on what he was drawing. Just then, there was a man came there and took there. He was standing with near. Uh, he was standing on the other side of the little room, but Theo decided to ignore that man. Okay, he did not wanted to talk to that man. So what happened was that man was at times going towards the exit door, or at times came towards Theo and stops next to him. But Theo was busy in his drawing and he continued drawing a sketch of a mountain which was very far, and it was surrounded by a space. Alright, it was surrounded by hollow space. Now let's see what happens next. I am on page number 79 now. That's an interesting perspective, the man comments. Perspective here you can take it as an idea or you can take as an imagination. So the man is commenting on Theo's work that it is very interesting. Let's continue reading. Theo is shocked. He never shows his artwork to anyone because he worries that it isn't any good. Shall I show you some more sketches? He asks. The man smiles and nods. Theo hands the man his notebook and sits quietly as the man turns the pages. I like the way you create texture with shading, the man remarks. I like to do that too. Theo notices the man's hands and fingers are stained with paint. Stained means they had the didn't go like they were colored with the paint. All right, they had the paint drops or on his. He had paint drops on his hands. In his jacket pocket, there are several pencils and a paintbrush. He is holding an old, tattered sketchbook with his name written on the front. You are Zayan Khan. Zayan Khan. Theo exclaims, astounded. Astounded means surprised that he is talking to a famous artist. Zayan Khan looked so much younger than Theo imagined, and he's so kind and friendly. Now, what happened was that man who was standing near Theo turned down to look at his work and he commented that your work is very interesting, your imagination or your idea is really very interesting. And then Theo showed him his rest of the sketches also, and the man recommended that he liked the way he was making the sketches, his shading and texture and everything. And suddenly Theo noticed that the man had stains of paints in his hand, he had colors in his pockets, and then he noticed the name on his sketchbook. It was written Zayan Khan. So Theo was very surprised that he was talking to the famous artist himself. That's right, Zayan Khan replies. I am Theo. One day I want to be an artist like you. Theo tells him. Zayan Khan shakes his head. No, don't say that, he says. Theo looks down. Oh, he says. Zayan Khan points to Theo's notebooks. You're already an artist, Theo, he says. Theo is speechless with happiness. He does not say anything else. And neither does Zayan Khan. They just sit quietly in the room sketching, two artists surrounded by friends. Now what happened was that Zayan Khan said, yes, I am the famous artist, and Theo then said that he wanted to become the famous artist like him. But Zayan Khan said that he was already an artist because he was drawing so beautifully. Oh, after that, nobody spoke anything else, and they just both of them sit together in the gallery, and they were surrounded by their friends. By friends here, they mean the paintings. They are referring to all the paintings that were there in that gallery as friends of Theo and Zayan Khan. Okay, so students, I hope you have understood this story. The story is really very easy. All you need to do is just go through it once or twice again. Okay, now I am on page number 80. Let's discuss what you are going to do here. This page has small exercises for you. Part A is, it says, page 80 says understand, comprehension. How do you feel about Theo? This is a discussion part. Are you similar to him? Why or why not? Tell your partner or two opinions you have about you. You can have the discussion with your mama or your tuition teacher, whoever is teaching you at home, and we will have it in the class also. When we are going to have when we are going to do these exercises, we are going to have this discussion. But before that, make sure that you are practicing for that also. Exercise A is basically you are going to they are saying reread Read each value judgment, circle A if you agree and circle D if you don't disagree. Talk about your choices with your partner. You are going to read all the six sentences and you are going to circle A if you are agreeing with the sentence and D with if you are not agreeing with the sentence, okay? Now in exercise B is your question answers. You are going to do these question answers in your notebooks. Let's discuss exercise C. Words in context. Match each word to the picture. They have given you four words: ignore, famous, worries, and speechless. And they have given you related pictures to these words. What you are going to do is you are going to simply match the words with the related picture. Okay. Very easy exercises. Just concentrate on whatever they are asking you, the book is asking you to do, and then solve the exercises. Now students, the next part that I have for you today is your Oxford Discover workbook. We are going to do a few assignments for you, exercises from your workbook as well. Page number 67, this is your workbook, unit 8. Get ready. Exercise A is find and circle. They have given you a puzzle and they have given you a list of words in the box on your right hand side. You are going to find the words from the puzzle, all right? Then exercise B says match. They have given you 9 words: shading, frame, exhibition, contrast, landscape, perspective, brilliant, stained, and space. And they have given you 9 pictures. You are going to write the correct alphabet in front of the concerned word, all right? For example, find out which picture is showing shading and you are going to write the alphabet of the picture in the blank. You are going to solve these exercises in the same way. Alright, this is page number 67. Now let's discuss page number 68. There are 3 exercises on page number 68 of your workbook. Exercise C is circle the correct words. They have given you 6 sentences. Each sentence has 2 words written in bold. You are going to pick and circle the correct words out of the 2 according to the sentence. Exercise D is fill in the blanks. They are given you words in your in the word box. You are going to pick and write the correct answer. Then exercise C is your true and false. Read the sentences and circle if they are true or false. Then other 2 pages, 69 and 70 page, are your comprehension pages. You are going to read the paragraph given on page number 69 and solve the exercises given on page number 70. Do it very attentively, students, okay? Now I have your dictation words. You are going to write these dictation words in your notebooks. Make sure you are copying correct spellings. And let's read the words once. I'm going to read a word and you are going to read it behind me, okay? So let's begin. Dictation words: soccer, practice, museum, brilliant, rushes, exhibition, contrast, pole, while, decides, ignore, exit, surrounded, perspective, commence, worries, notes, quietly, texture, stained, several, tattered, astounded, exclaims, famous, imagined, replies, already, speechless, neither, interesting, strange. These are your dictation words, children. Now I have your dictation paragraph. It says, inside the brightly lit color gallery. I am reading it, so listen to it very carefully. Inside the brightly lit gallery, there are 10 new paintings, each in a wooden frame. Each painting features a different mountain. Some of the mountains are covered in snow, while others are green or rocky. You are going to write the words and paragraph in your notebook. Make sure that you are copying correct spellings, okay? Now let's discuss your assignments. To make your work easy, I have divided your assignments onto 2 days. One is some of the assignments are for 26th August, and other for your next lesson. What you're going to do is you're going to read unit 8 today and sketches in a gallery. Then write the dictation words and dictation paragraph in your notebooks. Alright. The third one is that you are going to do page number 67 and 68 of your workbook. Alright. So this is the work that you are going to do on 26th August. Now your next assignments are, you are going to do page number 80 of your Oxford Discover student book. Secondly, you are going to write the given synonyms and question answers in your notebooks. and then do page number 69 and 70 on your workbooks. Make sure that you are doing your work on the assigned days, you're not doing them on any other day. All right, now I have a few rules for your notebook and workbook maintenance which I tell you after every lesson. Firstly, your notebooks and workbooks should be covered and kept in a good condition throughout the term. Make sure your books and every book and notebook is covered, and if they are, the covers need to be changed, please change the covers. Make sure the covers are neat and clean, they are not dirty. Secondly, do not scribble in your notebooks and workbooks. Do not scribble means do not draw in drawings, hearts, flowers. There is no need to write anything extra apart from your assignments. Thirdly, turn the page politely from the top right corner. Now let's just quickly have a wrap up of what we did today. We learned vocabulary words about art. Yes, we learned words like gallery, we learned words like perspective, we learned words like exhibition, we learned words like museum. So these all art museum, these all these words are related to art. So we've studied about many new words related to art. So students, that was all for today. I hope you've understood the lesson. Even then, if you face any difficulty or you have any problem, just let me know. I am always here to help you out. Okay, and until I see you next time, thank you. Allah Hafiz.